You know, there's something refreshing about a budget phone from a company that doesn't have a lineup of more expensive devices to protect. Enter the Nothing Phone 3A and Phone 3A Pro. Starting at $379 and $459 respectively, these phones manage to feel shockingly close to 1,000 flagship devices, with just a few small asterisks. The Pro model, it's essentially the same as the 3A but with a better camera system. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's talk about the design because there's still nothing out there that looks quite like a Nothing phone. Just look at this blue. It's stunning. The split design with glyphs around the cameras is still here, but they've tweaked a few details. Moving screws, adjusting shapes, and refining the overall look. It's fire, honestly. And that little red square? Still there. The 3A Pro takes a more monochrome approach, with a much larger camera bump, more like a camera plateau. Sure, some people have already criticized the design after leaks, but I think it's unique. That big bump even doubles as a handy spot to rest your finger while holding the phone. If the goal was to create a budget phone with a standout aesthetic, mission accomplished. Find me a more interesting phone design right now. I'll wait. Now, when it comes to using this phone, it's impressive how close this $379 device gets to feeling like a flagship. You can see Nothing's growing maturity here. They're a bigger company now, able to source premium parts from better suppliers, and it shows. The 3A now has a glass back instead of plastic, an IP64 rating instead of IP54, and a much brighter AMOLED display, up to 800 nits normally, and a staggering 3000 nits peak for HDR. Forget the numbers though. This feels like a flagship. It's a big phone, 6.77 inches with even bezels, a high refresh rate, and a display that rivals pricier models. Sure, it's not as bright as some Ultra phones, and the optical fingerprint reader can be a bit slow, but those are small trade-offs for the price. Under the hood, Nothing has switched back to Qualcomm, equipping the 3A with a Snapdragon 7S Gen 3 chip and 12 GB of RAM. It's not trying to be a spec monster, but the software optimization is where this phone shines. Running Nothing OS 3.1 on Android 15, this phone feels quick and smooth. Animations, whether swiping down the notification shade, expanding folders, or switching between apps, are polished and fluid. Sure, you'll notice some hiccups under heavy loads, but for the price, it's hard to complain. Now, let's talk AI. While other companies are pushing AI features hard, Nothing is taking a more measured approach. There's no AI image generator or writing tools here. Instead, they've added a single AI button on the side of the phone. Double press it, and you're taken to the essential space. A dedicated area for saving screenshots, setting reminders, and organizing information. Hold the button, and it captures a screenshot while recording your voice to transcribe and summarize notes. It's a clever start, though it's still a work in progress. Both the 3A and 3A Pro pack a 5,000 mAh battery with excellent life and 50-watt wired charging, 0 to 100% in about an hour. Wireless charging is still missing, which might sting for some, but the fast wired charging helps soften the blow. Now, the cameras. The 3A Pro is the one to get if you care about photography, but in practice, the difference isn't huge. Both have 50-megapixel main sensors, but the Pro has slightly better autofocus. The 8-megapixel ultra-wide on both is just okay, but the Pro's 3x periscope telephoto gives it an edge over the 3A's 2x zoom. So, final thoughts? As someone who just reviewed the iPhone 16e, this spec sheet makes the iPhone look underwhelming. Triple cameras, a bigger and brighter AMOLED display, high refresh rate, and a massive battery, all for way less money. But here's the thing. I'm even more curious about a true flagship from Nothing. If they can deliver this much value in a budget phone, imagine what they could do with a Snapdragon 8 Elite, a silicon carbide battery, and wireless charging. Before we wrap up, a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, Ridge. They're celebrating their 12-year anniversary with discounts of up to 40% on wallets, key cases, and travel gear. Head over to ridge.com and check it out before the sale ends. Before we go, let's recap why the Nothing Phone 3A and 3A Pro are such compelling options in the budget phone space. For starters, they deliver a premium feel without the premium price tag. The design is unique, the performance is smooth, and the software experience is polished. Sure, there are a few compromises, like the lack of wireless charging and the occasional hiccup under heavy loads, but for $379 and $459, these phones punch way above their weight. And let's not forget the cameras. While the 3A Pro offers a slight edge with its 3x periscope zoom, both phones take solid photos in good lighting. The ultra-wide is a bit underwhelming, but the main sensors do a decent job for the price. But what really sets Nothing apart is their ability to balance value and innovation. The AI button and Essential Space are intriguing additions, even if they're not fully fleshed out yet. It's a glimpse into how Nothing is thinking differently about what a smartphone can do, without relying on gimmicks or overhyped features. So, who are these phones for? If you're looking for a budget device that doesn't feel like a budget device, the Nothing Phone 3A is a fantastic choice. And if you're willing to spend a bit more for better camera versatility, the 3A Pro is worth the upgrade. But here's the bigger question: what's next for Nothing? If they can deliver this level of quality and innovation in a budget phone, imagine what they could do with a true flagship. A Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, wireless charging, and even more premium materials could make for a device that truly challenges the big players in the industry. For now, though, the Nothing Phone 3A and 3A Pro are proof that you don't need to spend a fortune to get a great smartphone experience. They're stylish, capable, and packed with features that make them stand out in a crowded market. And with that, we've reached the end of this review. If you're in the market for a new phone and don't want to break the bank, the Nothing Phone 3A series is definitely worth considering. Don't forget to check out Ridge's 12-year anniversary sale for some great deals on wallets, key cases, and travel gear. Head over to ridge.com and grab something before the sale ends. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.